Hi everyone, my name is Naz. I have an Etsy shop with the name Sewing Panda Patterns where I sell digital sewing patterns. I'll leave the link in the description box, please do check. Once you got the pattern, measure the first page for accuracy. Then join all the papers. All the information related printing, cutting has given in the instruction file. You can see left side. For this we need pattern pieces, elastic, wide lace trim, narrow lace trim and a zipper. All the measurements has given in the instruction file along with fabric cutting layout. So first I'm going to join the front side panels to the center front bodies with 1 cm seam allowance by matching notches. Repeat the same thing with the lining. Next I'm going to trim the seams with pinking scissors, then open the seams and give a good press for the both lining and main fabrics. Now coming to the back bodies, stitch the dots, then give a good press. Repeat the same thing with the lining. Now I'm going to join the shoulders with the right sides together with 1 cm seam allowance. Repeat the same thing with the lining. Next I'm going to give a stay stitch around the neck with 1 cm gap from the raw edges to avoid stretching the neck. Repeat the same thing with the main fabric. Next measure the full neck, then multiply with the 2 and then add 30 cm extra for lace ruffle. Here I am using 4 inches wide lace and I am going to stitch 2 rows with a large stitch length for making gathers. Now pull the thread and spread the gathers evenly, then attach it to the neck. Next, attach the lining to the main fabric with the right sides together with 1 cm seam allowance. Then take it to the sewing machine and stitch it. Now I'm going to give notches all over the neck. Make sure it doesn't cut beyond the thread. Next I'm going to do understitching on the lining, then press it. Next I'm going to join both the lining and main fabric all over. Now coming to the sleeve, trace all the notches from the pattern, and also we need elastic and lace for this. As you can see, this lace has stretchability. So here I'm going to give a stay stitch first. As you can see, it's not stretching now. Next, attach the lace to the sleeve hem with the right sides together with 1 cm seam allowance. Next, overlock the seam, then give a top stitch. Next, I'm going to attach the elastic to the sleeve. For that, mark a midpoint of both fabric and elastic, then pin it and stitch it. Elastic measurements are given in the pattern for each and every size, so need not to worry. Here I am attaching it with a zigzag stitch with the stitch width 2, and make sure stretch the elastic while stitching. As you can see, there are notches. So now I'm going to stitch 2 rows with a larger stitch length between notches for making gathers. Now pull the thread and create gathers at the center, then attach it to the sleeve. Now I'm going to attach the sleeve to the bodice with the right sides together by matching notches with 1 cm seam allowance. Then stitch it and overlock it. Repeat the same thing with other sleeve. As you can see, I finished the seams with the overlock. Now turn it wrong side and stitch the sides with a 1.5 cm seam allowance, then overlock it. Now coming to the skirt, it has 3 tiers. Let's start from the top tier. Take 2 pieces, place them right sides together and sew the ends to make a large rectangle piece. Then stitch it with a 1 cm seam allowance. And trim the seams with the pinking scissors, then open the seams and press it. Next I'm going to stitch 2 rows with the larger stitch length on the top of the first tier to make gathers. Now I'm going to make notches at center point and quarter points of both bodies and the first tier by leaving 1.5 cm seam allowance at back. Then pull the thread and make gathers. Spread the gathers evenly, then attach it to the bodice by matching notches with 1 cm seam allowance, then overlock it. Next, I'm going to remove the exposed stitches with the seam ripper. Next, attach the second and third tier same way as I have done the first tier. All information related to cutting how many pieces are clearly mentioned in the readme file. Coming to the second tier, join 3 pieces and make gathers. Next, attach the second tier to the first tier by matching notches with 1 cm seam allowance, then overlock it. Coming to the third tier, join 5 pieces, but for few large sizes you will have 6 pieces. Then make gathers and attach it to the second tier with 1 cm seam allowance, then overlock it. As you can see, the 3 tiers cut is done. Now attach the narrow lace to the bottom of each tier with a zigzag stitch. First I will show you a sample. For this, use white thread at top and black in the bobbin. Coming to the hem, first overlock it and press it with 1 cm, then attach the lace. This is how it looks, but I feel like to add a waist as well, so I'm going to attach it. Next, overlock the back seams first, then attach conceal zipper. Here I'm using 16 inches zipper, but you need 12 inches. Finish the zipper ends with a few hand stitches. Close the back seam with a 1.5 cm seam allowance. I hope you like this video and the pattern. Please ping me through Etsy chat for any queries. Thank you.